welcome back to the channel. Bit of an apology really, because we've not really got a lot of videos done. A lot's been going on. We've been absolutely manic and absolutely flat out at the workshop. So obviously we've had the whole COVID-19 thing going on, and we had, I think it was about 7 weeks off in total until we've reopened. And in all honesty, since reopening, it's been absolutely flat out. So obviously we can't moan as a business. It's fantastic. It's fantastic for us to be busy straight from the off, and coming back and just really having too much work that we can handle, in all honesty. So it really is fantastic. So we kind of got a little bit of time on this one. Kind of got ahead of ourselves early on in the week, and this was kind of late last week that we managed to get this filmed up, and yeah, now we're kind of just editing it and getting it done for you. So this is a black Volkswagen Beetle, and I know it's a bit of an older car now, but what we're doing is the full side really, and the main reason for it is obviously the whole side has been damaged. The lady was actually selling the car, and she just obviously wants to maximise the money she gets for the car. So yeah, you know, we've done it at a cost that suits her, a cost that suits us. We kind of agreed a nice deal on it. So we took the handle out. We kind of left the mirror on. We actually repaired the mirror, but we tried kind of saving some money really, rather than stripping the whole lot down. So normally we would kind of take the mirror off and all that as well. So we've kind of saved some funds, and we've just done the mirror on the car. The handle didn't need painting, and if anybody knows, these handles don't take long to get out at all. So the paint code on this is 041, I believe, and it is literally just a jet black. There's no metallic, no pearl, nothing to it. So just a straight black. And as you can see, I've got a Sata 5000, and this is my House of Colour limited edition spray gun that I'm using. For anybody that knows me, I absolutely love my Sata stuff, love my Sata goodies, you know, always from the beginning of my kind of trade and beginning of me learning the trade. And I was actually a technician before I done spraying, so even back then I paid out for snap-on tools, and you know, I'm all out for having the best of what's available to me. I'm one of those that if I can get something that'll make the job easier, then I'll certainly do it. So I never used to actually own a Sata 5000 at one of my old workshops, because my boss actually had one. And it wasn't until I moved to this workshop and I was just like, you know what, I need to get one of them guns. And at the time this gun was coming out, and I was just like, I'm having one, because they spray beautifully, they really do. So if anybody's unsure on if you're getting new guns or anything like that, these guns, even if you pick them up second hand now, they're fairly cheap. And they lay the metallics down and all sorts, like absolutely fantastic. So well, really good gun, and I think Sata done a brilliant job with these guns, because in all honesty, they're so clean. Like, they don't take a lot to clean up, and they're really nice. In terms of, I can probably pump out kind of 3 or 4 jobs in a day, without really having to strip the gun down and give it a real good clean at all. I can kind of just squirt some cleaner through it, which will be my solvent, which will be like solvent gun wash cleaner, and I'm ready to go again. You know, I don't have to strip the gun down and keep going. Whereas I have an Iwata W400, and I sprayed a job the other week with it, and I went to spray another job with it, and it kind of started getting a bit clogged up. So it was actually in the air cap. So we needed to really clean the air cap out again before I could go and spray another job. So certain little things like that definitely help, especially when you're in a busy environment, busy workplace. So I mean, for me, the Sata 5000, I mean, just even the fan, you know, that spray, the fan is just so good. So yeah, that's really my go-to base coat gun. And I think I explained before in the previous video that I've slowed the videos down just a fraction, just so you guys can really see the paint being pumped on and just seeing the action, the motion a lot better, because I'm actually quite a fast sprayer. So although this video possibly seems like it's a bit long, it was probably done in a bit of a fraction of the time, because yeah, I don't really spend that long kind of spraying. It's the bit that takes the least time, really. Spend ages masking the car and all that. So yeah, just get in there, get it done, you know. So that's the House of Colour, Sata 5000 1.3 HVLP we use. And now we're all based up. We give the base kind of 10-15 minutes to kind of really dry off, and then we'll give it a tack rag before we start clearing. So I'm using a Sata 3000, and this is also a limited edition. This is a Chip Foods edition. For anybody that knows spray guns, this is a super rare gun, and just it's a brilliant gun. It really is. It's an old gun, but yeah, it's fantastic. You know, it doesn't really matter the gun too much. It just kind of whatever you feel comfortable with spraying, and yeah, because it's a Sata, you know, you kind of get the feel for it. It's the same sort of branding as what I'm used to, so you kind of know how they're going to spray in a way. So yeah, I mean, guns don't really matter too much. It's all down to the painter and what they actually feel comfortable with. I mean, any gun I can get a really nice finish with, so it's not necessarily kind of the gun. I hear people kind of always asking, like, oh, what gun should I use to get the best finish? And in my experience, it's not always the gun. It's sometimes the actual setup of the gun, the painter, and then it's also down to the product. There's certain products out there that are thicker than others, or they're thinner than others, and certain products like maybe a higher pressure. Some prefer lower pressure. It's really it's not all just down to the gun. So if you're in the trade and you're watching this and you're thinking, oh, I really want to get a new gun, this gun is old, you know. The Sata 3000, they've now got the 4000, the 5000, and now the new 5500 spray guns. And here I am, laying down a really nice job with an old Sata 3000. So it doesn't necessarily matter about the gun. It's whatever you feel comfortable with, how you can kind of control the gun, and how you get it working best for you, you know. So just play about with whatever you've got at the moment and just try and make yourself a bit more happy with it. So yeah, as you can see, really pumping that lacquer on. It does take kind of a couple of seconds for our booth to really kind of clear out the overspray. So as you can see, there's a lot of overspray coming back off that panel. But unfortunately, that's just the booth I'm working in. I've actually switched over now to an air-fed mask as well. So I had it's a Sata, I think it's called an Air Star, and it had like the two filters on the side of the mask, and I've actually just switched that out now, and I've gone for a air-fed mask. So it wasn't too much to change. I've managed to keep my same mask. But yeah, the reason being is that this booth just it does extract well, but it just takes a little bit longer to clear out fully. So that's the first coat of clear. And as you can see, that looks really nice already. So yeah, you know, the second coat of clear will hopefully make it look a bit nicer, and obviously add to the protection and all sorts for the actual job. So this clear is actually a Roberlo clear, and we do kind of 2 full coats of this clear. And you'll probably notice the second coat I actually slow down a little bit for as well. So I don't spray it as quick as my last coat. But again, because the videos are slightly slowed down, you guys may not necessarily see that. But yeah, obviously I'm telling you that I slow down for my second coat very slightly. And yeah, really kind of hose that clear on. So yeah, you know, it's some people will say, well, why is she spending this amount of money on an old car? And at the end of the day, it kind of was a bit of a mess down the side. I mean, the door was quite bad. Had some big old grease through it, and yeah, just a few other little dents and all sorts. That front wing was really scuffed up. Unfortunately, I didn't get any photos of this before I even started, which is a shame because the repairs come out absolutely spot on as well. So, especially being black, the car needs to be absolutely arrow straight, really. So, yeah, I'm just a little bit gutted that I didn't get any before photos. But like I say, we've been so manic and flat out here. It's a little bit frightening, to be honest, but it is what it is. So just before I started, the side of the car there, as you can see, I just needed to add some more clear to my pot. I genuinely did think I may have had enough to get me through, and clearly not. So before I started, kind of just clearing the side, just top that up rather than getting kind of I don't know, a section into the door or something like that, and then realising I needed some more clear. So the lacquer we're using is actually quite a fast drying lacquer, and this product only really comes with one hardener, which is fast. So normally I'd probably slow this job down to like a medium hardener, just so that it kind of gives you that bit more time with it, because you're doing such a large area. But this particular lacquer is, you only get one hardener with it, which is the fast. So yeah, just topping that clear up before I get started really would help. Otherwise, what you can end up with is kind of like dry area or dry spot somewhere, which is it's not an issue, but it's just not ideal. You can always be polished, you know. It's not the end of the world at all. It's just using your brain a little bit and thinking ahead, and just realising that maybe no, let's just go top some clear up. So that's it, guys. As you can see, pretty straightforward, nice kind of shiny black, and I'll show you a video of it outside ready for the customer to collect. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and yeah, everybody loves spraying kind of black, gloss black is we love it because it's more of a challenge. It's like who can get a kind of shiny finish with it, you know. So yeah, certainly happy with that. It came out real clean, this did actually. I think there was kind of an imperfection just in that mirror cap, which is why I think I put some more clear on it, just to see if we can bury some. There's just a little bit of dust in the top, but other than that, the actual side of the car came out really, really well. So yeah, that's the finish. That was the end result. Like I say, the door had creasing and there was a few kind of dents in it. So hope you all enjoyed that one, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Hopefully it won't be so long next time. Cheers.